Hello ladies! Welcome to the GelMoment gel polish removal video. As you can see, I still have the polish on from the previous application video that I did. I'm now going to show you how easy it is to remove that polish. So what you need for this is a GelMoment remover pad, a cuticle pusher, and a file. You may or may not need the file, but I always like to have one handy just in case. I also have here a GelMoment remover clip and some moisturizing nail oil. Both the remover clip and the moisturizing nail oil are extra accessories, and the pads, file, and cuticle pusher are actually in a kit if you purchase it. I will now show you what I'm going to do, and that way our polish will actually sit and soak while I'm talking about the rest of the stuff I wanted to talk about today, I should say. So when you flip the pad over to the French side, there's actually a clear strip on the back that you can peel off. This covers, the strip covers a little sticky pad that is on the back of it. And that sticky pad is so that when you fold over the edges, it can hold down the packaging. So you want to have that always facing downward when you put it on your nail. I'm then going to tear along the top of the pad along the little dotted line where it says tear here. And inside you'll find a little white pad, much like an alcohol swab. I'll just show you like that. I always make sure that it's at the top of the package with the sticky strip down. I'm then going to insert my finger and flip it over. So now the sticky strip is upwards. I'm now going to fold the edges over and attach them to that sticky strip. And you want it to be fairly tight because it is needing to be nice and close to the nail. After I fold those over, I then take the end and fold it up. So I kind of make a little nail package burrito remover is how I like to classify it. Now this is perfectly fine to sit and soak like this. You don't need to put a remover clip on. It will work perfectly fine like this. However, I actually do really like the clips because they are super easy. They open up nicely and then you just put your finger in and they click shut. These actually help speed the process up a little bit by holding that pad nice and tight to the top of the nail. How the remover works is it sits and soaks on the polish and actually breaks it down. So this is great for that. It also helps to keep the pad in place. So if you're doing things while you're waiting for your nails to soak, like, you know, playing on your phone or whatever you may happen to be, you don't have to worry about your pads falling off. I also like to be able to just remove it with the pad still in there and transfer it to another finger. So when I use my pads, I will actually only use 5 pads per removal. So I'll soak one hand all at once with my clips on them. And then once the soaking is done, I will take those clips off and transfer them to the other hand, and then I will remove the polish. And that's how I tend to make it work best for me. I only use 5, so that gives me in a package of 100 quite a few manicures instead of using 10 full pads. The clips are 5 for $9.99 or a package of 10 for $14.99. I actually only think you need 5 at a time because, like I said, I only use 5 pads. So if you want to do it the same way as I would, you would only need to buy the 5 clips. You wouldn't need to fork over for the extra 5 clips. So we're going to sit here and let this little guy soak for a few minutes. Now, depending on how thick your polish is on, I only had the 2 layers on, so it should be a fairly fast soak. Usually only a couple of minutes is good enough. If you had done a nail build or something with our product, it's going to take you quite a bit longer time, and you're just going to have to peel off layer by layer and let them soak as you work. Our pads come in 5 different options. We have, this one is a scented remover package. I have the rosebud ones and they are rose scented. There is also an orange package that is called clementine and they are orange scented. And then there is a purple one that is called dahlia and it's lavender scented. These scented pads just have a very subtle hint of smell to them. Most of our products don't have an overly strong scent, but this does kind of mask a little bit of the acetone that's in the packages and makes it a little bit more pleasurable. If you do have fragrance allergies though, I recommend just going with our regular gel pads. They don't have any scent at all. It's just the acetone and the other ingredients that scent the pad a little bit. And then we also have our gentle care removers. I don't have a box of those, but they contain aloe vera, and they have 33 or 38, I'm completely forgetting now, roughly about 30% less acetone in them than our regular strength pads. So they're great for people who have really dry skin or are prone to things like eczema or rashes, that kind of stuff. Or if you are frequently changing your polish. I find if I change my polish out quite a lot and I'm not putting nail oil on and regenerating cuticle serum and a good moisturizer, that the pad will really dry out the skin and cause it to peel around here. So that's great too. The gentle care removers are great for people who are changing their nails on a more frequent basis. They are a little bit longer because there's less acetone in them. So we do recommend that you get a clip and that you purchase the removal clips, because that just helps to hold it nice and tight to the nail, and it's going to make that process not quite as long as it would if you were just letting it sit on its own. So our packages come in pads of 100 or pads of 50. This is just kind of what a 100 package looks like. They come 2 pads attached. This one's almost, not quite, I'm going to say about halfway done. And I've had it now for quite some time, about 2 months. So it goes to show you that your pads can last for quite some time. Now we'll check in on this guy and see how it's doing. Oh, and I should mention too that our pads contain 72% of acetone in them. I do have questions frequently about whether regular acetone will work, and there has been mixed reviews about that. I've heard some people say it works fine, other people say it doesn't work. I know that this system works well. There are some things with acetone you need to be aware of, like you would have to kind of make some sort of pad system, whether it be soaking in a cosmetic pad and then applying it to your nail. You wouldn't want to actually dip your nails in there long term into a bowl full of acetone remover, because that is going to really dry out your fingernails and cause damage to your skin. You don't want to do that because it does have to sit and soak for a bit. It's not quite the same as a regular polish. So let's see what's going on here. So this guy, we'll give it a go and see. And as you can see, it's ready to come off. Sometimes it will even bubble and peel, and you'll notice that, but in this particular case, it's not. However, it's just sliding off super easy, and that's an indication that it's ready to roll. You should never have to force or pick or pry your polish off your nail. You just want to be able to have it nicely slide off, and that way you're not going to have any damage. If you're having to force it, then that means that you are not letting it sit long enough. I like to use the pointed end of my cuticle pusher, and I put it at about a 45-degree angle and just slide it along the nail. Now, because I am doing this on my dominant hand, it is a little bit more awkward for me than it would be if I was doing it on the other hand. So I'm just going to flip the cuticle pusher around and use the square edge and hold my nail like this, just so I can get a better angle at what I'm doing. But as you can see, it's just pretty much coming right off the nail. So if it's been soaked long enough, there shouldn't be any issue at all with removing it. If there's a particular area where you're not able to get the polish off, then it either can be your nails are just too dry. They haven't been hydrated well enough when you're not wearing polish. And so you just need to invest in a good moisturizing nail oil. There is a distributor in our company that is also a nail tech. Well, there's more than just one, but she did a video for us talking about nail care and some of the great options that are out there. And moisturizing nail oil can fix 9 out of 12 nail ailments. So that's pretty amazing. And I must admit, my nails were quite weak when I first started, and I just used my nail oil regularly. You can never use it too much. Put it on anytime, like when you go to bed, after you wash your hands, all that kind of stuff. And it really made a huge difference in my nails. So as you can see, there's no damage. If there's any bits that are left, you can just take your buffer and that will take them off. Make sure too, I didn't talk about this, that you get underneath the nail because you are capping. So there should be polish underneath as well. If you had capped properly, that you want to make sure you get rid of. Just give it a quick buff. It looks pretty good. And then I'm just actually going to take one of my cleaner pads just to give it a nice wipe and get any dust off. If I can find them, here's there. So just one of our regular nail cleanser pads, same pad you would use when you are applying. Take it out, give it a nice cleanse. Or you could just also wash your nails as well, like just wash your hands like you would with regular soap and water. And I'm gonna put that back in here and fold it over just so I can use it for the other nail removal. Now I'm gonna apply my moisturizing nail oil like we talked about. I will go over nail oils and stuff in another video, but I wanted to just show you at this point in time what I would do. I like to put a really healthy layer on and just let it absorb on its own. I also, if you can apply nail oil and should apply nail oil to polish nails, I just apply it along the cuticle. And then just get a bit more on there. And then rub it in on this, in this particular scenario, because that's actually gonna help stimulate growth, and it's gonna help your nails grow longer, stronger, and healthier and well hydrated. So like I said, you can never use too much moisturizing nail oil. It's an excellent product. Our products do contain almonds, so if you have an almond allergy, please be aware of that. For our oils only, not our polish, but I just wanted to make people aware of that. But there are other great nail oils that are out on the market that you can also use. A moisturizing nail oil is about $10.50 a bottle, so it's not a huge expense, and it lasts forever. So definitely a great investment. And that's about it for my removal video. If I was going to actually apply new polish after I removed my old polish, I would put my moisturizing nail oil on, let it sit and soak for about 10 minutes, and then, about an hour. I apologize. I'm distracted by the dog destroying paper in the background. That's not supposed to be happening. I would let it sit for an hour, and then it will be really well absorbed and your nail will have gotten the oil that it needs. Because when you're putting on gel polish, you're actually taking all that oil out of your nail. That's what's making it bond so nicely to your nail plate. So you want to make sure that you are putting that oil back into your nails to keep them healthy and strong as you're wearing it and when you remove it. And then after that hour is up, I would just simply use some dish soap because it is a grease remover, and give my nails a really good wash, and you should be ready to go for your next set. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.